Welcome to Utopia, favored ones. Come on in and take a seat at the round table. I'm Kymmy, and we will get into your reading today. This topic is You Put The Ent in Enchanted Forest. Like, for real, you're really delving into working with the elements, especially elemental spirits. I'm getting giants, tree spirits. I'm hearing that you're very protected at this time. I'm hearing the statement, knock on wood. So some of you may do woodworking, whether that's construction, carpentry. You may use the elements like fire to, what is it? Etch firework. I think is burning, wood burning. Yes, word. You work with words. Yes, you also work with words very well. You're very in your element when it comes to words or whatever your talent and skill is. It seems as though it comes to you very naturally. Uh, I'm also hearing that some of you may be dealing with the harsh elements. Um, at this time. If you are, my condolences. It's very cold up here as well. I'm happy that the cold spike is turning around. I would very much like to get back into nature, which is one of the key messages that I'm getting for you, my collective, is that you are starting to incorporate all the different elements. You're starting to get back out in nature, or at least the nature of yourself, the true nature. A lot of you may work with the elements in your cleansing or rituals, or you're becoming or your routine is becoming a ritual for you, where you know that you need to go for a walk once a week to get air, or go and talk to a tree to get, you know, some relief from all of the chatter that's going on inside of the globe at this time. And trees have been here, their ancient wisdom is here for us to, listen if we take a moment and listen. I'm seeing someone sitting underneath a tree and asking the tree for guidance. So a lot of you may have a special a plant um, or spirit animals that you and familiars that you hail to and talk with. You may notice them coming around more often. I'm also seeing like cloud spotting and looking to the clouds and seeing images and looking up what those symbolisms mean online. But yeah, a lot of you may be into Lord of the Rings and hobbits and all that wonderful elves, which brings me to the next point is that you may be um, getting invitations or a calling, if you will, from elemental spirits. I'm hearing giants, fairies, dwarves. No, not dwarves, but yes, maybe dwarves even as well. But I was thinking of gnomies. Gnomies. I always call them gnomies because I used to have gnomes outside of my house and I called them my little homies. So eventually over time it melded together and became gnomies. So a lot of you may be melding together elements in order to uh, bring a new element to life or bring elements to life, such as soldering. You may work with Warhammer figurines. Oh, confirmation. Yeah, a lot of you may be getting more into board game states and mana, which is an element. So a lot of, oh, extra confirmation. Ooh, D&D especially I'm feeling is a lot of role playing and cosplaying, which may be more in your natural elements. Um, but bringing together spirit showing me like a bong and like how you bring all the elements together because you have water, fire, air, and earth. Because of, so a lot of you may be growing your own fruits and vegetables, really becoming more homestead, or looking into food markets and local farmers to work alongside with, especially with a lot of things going on around the globe, causing separation and delays on certain food nutritions that we need. I'm hearing that you're also getting balancing the pH levels within your whole body. A lot of people think that that's generally just a statement um, for your nether regions. I don't know which one would be less offensive for YouTube, but who cares? If most people think it's just for your genitalia, 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 what? A lot of you might like Jameson. Uh, Show me your genitals. Yeah, a lot of you may be feeling more at ease with your body as well, and getting it. You want to show off your body more, getting back into the elements. You could be going for jogs when it's cold during the morning, so you know that you'll sweat more. Um, but overall, if you're intaking a lot of acidic foods, you can change the pH level of your whole body and your blood and stuff. So I'm feeling that you're starting to balance things out, whether or not it's a balanced meal or you're just balancing your routine more, bringing all the elements together, water, fire, air, and earth, really having that a well-rounded routine and mindset. You're knowing, I'm hearing for those who are entrepreneurs or your own boss, I'm hearing that you're learning how to be mindful of your workaholic nature. I'm hearing that before you would get burned out pretty easily, and now you're knowing when to show up for yourself, while also making sure that you're doing your due diligence. You're not overexerting. You're no longer trying to show up for everyone except for yourself, which is a huge, huge thing to do for yourself. One of the biggest things that my doctor had recommended over and over was, are you taking care of yourself? Um, and are you respecting your own boundaries? Like, are you setting boundaries with yourself? Are you setting guidelines for yourself? Um, that I'm hearing the saying of like, oh yeah, I'm my own boss and that guy's a pushover. You're no longer being a pushover when it comes to your work, and you're no longer over pushing yourself either. You may have pushed yourself beyond your breaking point, due to the work being a workaholic, as well as being a perfectionist. I see that maybe you were procrastinating for some time because you didn't feel things were perfect enough. Maybe you didn't have the proper um, background. Maybe you didn't have the proper space and you have to share your room with someone else and you have to go off of their routine and really balance things together. And you're learning how to do it. You're learning how to do, like, you're doing that balancing act. Like, it's showing me the music video from She's So High, High Above Me, where she's doing the balancing act and everyone's looking up at her in amazement. Like, that also reminds me of Cleopatra and Aphrodite. So you may be working with Aphrodite to up that self-love for yourself, bringing the element of love, bringing an element of love back into your life, I'm also hearing an element of surprise. So a lot of people you're surprising a lot of people right now with how well-rounded and balanced you're keeping things together, and your inspiration for others. That's incredible. Um, any other entities that I was thinking of, like giants. It doesn't have to just be frost giants. Hearing also golems. So you may have a lot of rock friends, or you have a big crystal collection. You may feel like they're an extension of you, may use them for protection, and a way to connect back to nature, especially if you live in harsh weather areas where you may not be able to go out and brave the elements. Sorry, I'm so pretty outside. Yes. Is there anything else? Yes, with fairies maybe initiating you at this time was what I wanted to say. I had dreams not too long ago of, like, outside in my backyard, there was like fairy train. I know they can fly, but sometimes you have heavy luggage to bring around with you when you're going, and it's cold out there. Imagine on their wings. I couldn't imagine, unless they're snow fairies. Um, there was like a little fairy train that went across the tops of the fences. So I feel like you are no longer feeling on the fence about a certain training that you're doing. Maybe you felt like the training that you were working on wasn't moving as fast as you wanted to. Maybe you were training for a marathon and you're not quite um, um, at the yards and meters that whatever measurement, metric, whatever, imperial, regardless, you're not at the goal that you set yourself for yet, but you're not letting that hold you back. You're going to keep going, and take the rest when you need to. You are listening to your body. You are made up of all elements. You're fire, you are air, you are earth, and you are water. Like, we are mostly water. I feel like a lot of you are intaking water more and learning how to take vitamins and getting the nutritional value that you need to, especially with the message earlier about maybe your whole body's pH levels were off, or just a certain deficiency that you're combating and winning against, and that's incredible. I'm so proud of you, favored ones. Like, for real, it's not easy to first of all, diagnose and find out what you need in order to be fully healthy, as much as you can be fully healthy. Everyone's healthy is different. Shrek is love, Shrek is life. Um, a lot of you could be working with certain deities that work with your familiars. They're giving me a donkey. Uh, what song from? I'm on my way from misery to happy as can be. I'm on my way from misery to happy as can be. I'm on my way, doing things I want to. But yeah, you are on the way to doing the things that you want to. I can see that you are being more within your own element. You are, ooh, even if things aren't as perfect as you'd like them to be at the moment, you are in your element, my favorite ones. Collective, you are in your element, and you make it look good. Things aren't going the way you planned them, but they are still looking good. That's crazy amazing. Ah! Okay, but Athena, or Athena, I believe is how you pronounce her name, from the Celtic um, pantheons. You may work with the Celtic pantheons, or you may work with more than one deity or guide. Yeah, you were shapeshifting. Yeah, you could be dealing with shapeshifters as well. You may have different like elementals in your culture that I may not have brought up, but yes, if it resonated um, that a certain entity that you know would be calling out for you, uh, then that's the ones that have been wanting to help you get more back into your element, find a routine, connect with nature or the true inner nature of yourself. It's reminding me of Rise of the Guardians with Jack Frost. Ooh, some of you are getting jacked. Ooh, I heard jacked Frost instead of Jack Frost. So um, some of you may be worried about the people jacking your style. Don't don't worry about that, hun. You are in your elements, and authenticity. I tried to combine authenticity and fantasy. Yeah, but authenticity shines brighter than fantasy, is what I'm seeing. Like, uh, shape shifting. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I've been looking at it. I've been hoping. But you've seen it there. You might be 34. You're turning 34 soon. Yeah, a lot of you are moving out of your comfort zone, and it is bringing you towards uh, the elements that you're meant to be in. A lot of you are learning how to cook. Like I said earlier, providing better nutrients for yourself. Some of you may be getting a new stove because the on certain stoves, especially older types that have elements still. Well, I think they're still called elements on the glass stoves too. I just cook. I don't know. I don't need to know the tools names as long as I know how to use them, right? And that's the point, is that you're not, you know that you don't need to be perfect to get started. So, like, yeah, someone's getting a new stove or some new kitchenware, or, oh, some of you are getting a fire pit in the backyard as well. That may resonate for some. That's not for all. Something has stroked the fires of creation within you. I'm hearing that someone is launching a new song or going to be performing soon, whether this is comedy, uh, public speaking, doing a concert. I feel as though that's coming, and it's breaking you out of your bubble. You may have felt like things were, you had so many mountains to climb and so much, um, yeah, you've conquered the mountains and you've braved the storms and you have delved deep into your own self and transformed. Yeah, you're shapeshifting, you're transforming. Just like with Free Willy jumping over to set himself free. And your guides are there encouraging you, being like, jump, jump, jump over. It's just people are coming after you. But you are protected and you are guided. Oh, Matrania. But yeah, either 34, you're turning 34, 4s or 3s can be important to you. Or number 7, you could be 777, that could be a lucky number for you, or you're just noticing a lot. Dragonflies. Oh, dragons. Yes, I knew I was missing one of the elements. I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, which one of the elements am I missing right now? And it's, yes, the dragons. The dragons obviously cover the elements with all the different types. There's the water dragons, fire dragons, and, air and ice. Um, some of you are learning how to train the dragons within you. It's a Kundalini rising. Uh, you could have made it through a dark night of the soul, which we go through many throughout our lives. Don't feel discouraged if you're like, oh, I thought I already went through a dark night of soul. I thought I already had a Kundalini rising. We go through different cycles and different lessons. So if you're going through that again, don't feel like you did anything wrong. It's just another spiritual upgrade. And yeah, congratulations on the upgrade. It might be messy, it might be icky, but it is very beautiful. Just like with a butterfly going through its chrysalis stage, it literally turns to goop before it reforms into a butterfly. So, like, if you're feeling a little goopy right now, some of you may be going through allergies because of the change in the seasons, or may have nasal problems. That's something I'm getting as well. Yeah, a lot of you may be embracing your natural beauty. I'm hearing a lot of videos. It's like it's not waiting to be perfect to get started. It's like, not having the proper camera or not having the proper light, and or not being the shape and weight that you desire. Hi, baby girl. Hi. Yeah, not waiting for the materials is what I'm hearing. It's a lot of you may do art class where you have those nude models, or you're doing nude photo shoots, just with all the bodies represented here and the dragonflies. So yeah, I feel as though you are a mighty dragon. You're learning how to, what's that meme? Adapt, improvise, overcome. That's what you're shapeshifting. You're learning how to take the storms and move mountains in order to get outside of your comfort space. Like, this was your comfort zone, and you were launching yourself out there into the stardom. You were launching yourself into stardom because you decided to step outside of your comfort bubble. For some of you, this is your comfort tone. Maybe you aren't comfortable with public speaking or going up on camera, going up on stage, and you're learning how to do it anyway. You're just saying F it and going full tilt. You're Leroy Jenkinson. And you're like, you want to know what? Even this could go badly, but I'm going to rush in there anyway. Of course, like, please, if you have the opportunity to do things with, as a calculated risk, please do, because it didn't turn out good for Leroy Jenkins in the end, but he did have the right energy. It's just like, just go in there, just give her. And you want to know what? He ended up being famous because of it. Did he beat the boss? No. But did he get fame? Absolutely. So, like, you may not be the proverbial boss that you have set up for yourself. You may not be able to beat the fear completely out of you, but you can definitely face it. And it's bringing you fame. That's incredible. I'm gonna look at see what else is in the book, because this is, if I missed anything else that this pertained to this. Yeah. Okay, yes. That's what I thought. A lot of you may be dealing with your Saturn return. You can look that up. It's usually every 29 years, I believe. So some of you may be turning 29 and going through a Saturn return. You can look that up online. If you're like, this doesn't quite feel like a Kundalini Rising or Dark Night of the Souls, like I haven't quite felt like this before, you could look into a Saturn return. I knew that. I was like trying to look and I was like, is that Saturn? Because it says at the top, and I'm like, I gotta look in the book to confirm before I start putting my foot in my mouth. Ooh, a lot of you might be learning how to do acrobatics, gymnastics. A lot of you are learning how to be flexible, whether it's with your body movements or with just going with the flow more often. Maybe you were rigid and had lingering wounds of control, not because you're a controlling type, but because of your anxiety, and you let your anxiety get the best of you, and you were hoping if you controlled situations that you could help the way you feel. And now you're realizing that, you know, you got to go with the flow. And for those who are getting into being flexible with not so much your schedule, but with yourself, you're learning how to take it one step, 1 inch, one stretch at a time. You're I'm seeing uh, resistant bands. You're going from using resistant bands and doing beginners workouts and stretches, and making your way up to more advanced, which is incredible. I love that when people don't just jump into it. Like, I feel like there's two groups in the pile of the collective, and one of you are the type where you run and jump into the ocean, and you're like, I might as well get all wet, and then I won't be cold because it'll all be over, and you like to get it done quick. And then I feel like there's the other half of the collective that's here, that you're the one who puts your toe in, you sit on the side of the pool for a while and let your legs get accustomed, and then your body gets accustomed, and then finally you dunk. And both ways are just as good as the other. So if you're looking at someone else who is delving into something and going full tilt, and you're like, I'd like to learn at my own pace. I'd like to submerge myself in this information at my own pace. Then that is perfectly fine. Knowing what is good for you and the way things you learn and how you approach things is perfectly fine and valid. Don't let other people dictate how you're flexible within your life. Cause I'm supersonic. Some of you are supersonic. Some of you may be into racing. If you're into racing, that is so awesome. I can't believe some of my collective racing. But yeah, I'm hearing like a speedster and like drag races. Oh, well, maybe if you're not into racing, you might be into fashion. Some of you may be drag queens or drag queen. I almost said it twice. Drag queens and drag kings. You don't have to. Some of you may be into drag races. All the shoes fell from the sky. So yeah, some people may have been maybe maybe causing quite a stink because you called them out, and it's like, if the shoe fits, honey, if the shoe stinks and it's yours, then I guess it's accurate. Like, don't be mad just because you resonate. I'm also getting axolotl. Oh, I'm also hearing listen, listen, uh, from from Zelda with Link and Navi. So you may be having, oh, it explains why. Some of your familiars may be skunks. I know for me, it's one of my confirming animals because my Uncle Tony, he loves skunks and he was also a smoker. So yeah, some people may be saying that you got that dank kush. I'm like, it may not resonate for all, but like some people feel like the like you got that dank kush. And some of you may be sitting in some stank energy because you're worried about the other shoe falling. And if you are anticipating another shoe falling, then you're leaving yourself up for seeing the worst case scenarios, which honestly, in my opinion, um, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And that's what Spirit's hoping wants you to listen to, is that inner guidance of what could go right. You may be sitting in a lot of stuff. There may be stuff around your house falling apart. You may need maintenance and stuff. You know, the typical mundane-ish that's going on. Need a new tire. So, you know, the toilet, it needs a new seat. You know, all the in the end, the little things that really annoy us because yeah, they're annoying. It's true. Don't try to be like, oh, love and light it. But like Spirit wants to remind you to, you know, hope for the prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And maybe right now you're just preparing for the worst and thinking of the worst case scenario, and it's just like Spirit wants you to think for a minute, maybe 5 seconds, and then you can go back to whatever you were doing before. But just think of what could go right in my life. If things were to go right in my life, what would that look like? And they just want to remind you is to be mindful of which part of your brain you're paying attention to. But yeah, someone got that dank kush, or your style is, do they even say on fleek anymore? It's got that drip. Yeah. I'm seeing here that you're lining your chakras. Uh, yes, Spirit, your shalalas. Uh, so you may deal with parents who have shalas. You may be Spanish. That doesn't have to resonate with everyone, but that's what it makes me think of is the chalas or the sandals. And when I was saying you're aligning your chakras, my brain went chaklas. With the hands here, each having different color of the of your chakras here. I'm and it's looking like you may be getting a past life regression with the paths going each way and being in alignment with your third eye. You don't have to do a past life regression. It could be a quantum hypnosis healing therapy. So a QHHT session. Lots of confirmation. A lot of you could be clairgustus, which is where you get tastes of different foods or air bubbles releasing as confirmation. You don't have to. That's just something I'm getting here. Yeah, queen. You're becoming a queen. Especially with the drag queen coming through and Queen the band coming through as well. You're supersonic. A lot of you may make up songs for your familiars, and they enjoy that. You may have had to an animal pass on or have to be euthanized recently. If you had to, my condolences. I send you lots of love during this time of grieving. I know it's not an easy stage to get through. Or your animal was sprayed by a skunk. That's gonna be uh, a very specific message for someone there. It's not gonna resonate with everyone, but I think you know that by now, collective. I think y'all know this by now. Electrical storm. It kind of reminds me of an electrical storm. So a lot of you may be recharging yourself during. You may be what is it? Yeah, using the elements to recharge yourself. You may go out inside of rainstorms to recharge. You may find yourself connected to, when there's a fireplace, or you may enjoy lightning and all the, messages from Thunderbird. I feel like you're getting a lot of messages. You may notice that certain animals or symbols keep coming up on your timeline. For those who are looking, not everyone's going to be looking, and that's fine. Everyone's has their different path and journey. For some of you, I'm getting that love has been you've had stink luck with love in the past, but I'm getting the song clairaudiently. It's raining man, hallelujah, it's raining man, amen. We're gonna go out, we're gonna let her go get absolutely soaking wet. Yeah, exactly. So I feel like there may be someone who gets you absolutely soaking wet, or you're just over crying. You're done crying over this stink bottom energy that you were putting up with in the past, and it's like the shoe didn't fit. This relationship doesn't fit me. This isn't be all or axolotl of the situations. I'm going to put this behind me, and yeah, you're moving on. You realize that you're not gonna put up with someone's stink ass childish energies anymore, and you're done crying over it. Anything you wanna hear, 'cause that's just who I am this week. Lying the grass next to the mausoleum. I'm just a notch in your bedpost, but you're just a line in a song. So some of you are letting your emotions come through songwriting or through poetry, and really just letting this person go. Maybe you're writing a letter to this person. You're never going to give it to them, but maybe you're writing a letter of the things that you would like to say and then setting it on fire to release it. That's a suggestion for some of you. And let's pull out the last card and we'll send it for the day. Yes. Woohoo. Collective. This is wonderful energy. Like, for real. You are a beautiful, mystical, elemental being. Like, for real. It's giving mermaid. It's giving fairies. What am I hearing? My name is Betty. My logic is erratic. So yeah, you're very erratic, and you I'm definitely getting rap. You may do spoofs, especially if you make up songs for your familiars. For me, it's a supersonic Pangu. For my little darling penguin. And like, we pet these kitties, We pet these kitties and boop their nose. So there may be, yeah, you're just making up songs and you're realizing that you're able to take that transferable knowledge and put it towards other skills. So yeah, you're taking your elementary, dear Watson. A lot of you may be very observant, very detective-like, or just enjoy mysteries. A lot of you may enjoy loving the unloved, like I said with Batty. So bats and scorpions and like worms and slugs and all those lovely little critters of the nights and day. I feel like you give the love out to them. Yeah, you give them love. You're like, you're a skunk, but you're so cute. They are so cute. They'll, like, did you know if they're like mad at you, they don't spray right away. They will literally have a diva hissy fit and they will stomp their feet at you and be like, give me my space. Give me my space, okay? And they'll fluff up their tail and they'll do a little dance and they're like, can you get out of my space? Like, back, bippity boppity, back the F up. Like, don't make me use this. This thing's loaded. I'll let you have it. It's lots of fun talking with you, my collective. It seems like we're a bunch of silly gooses at a pond, and I really enjoy that. Yeah, you have all the materials that you need to move forward. Yeah, you are infinite. If you felt like your rise to the top was, yeah, you're not just a phase. That's, I was wondering why I came up with the song. It was like next to the mausoleum. Yeah, you're not just a phase. You're not going to be phased out. The other people who are quote unquote copycats, or hell, they might be inspired. Don't be too harsh on them, you know? Um, Although, with the quote that flattery is next to mediocrity. um, I'm not going to remember the whole quote right now, but yeah, I wanted to get. Can we get one without it falling, please? Please and thank you. Because you're just throwing cards. Fine. I have nothing left to say, Spirit. You humbled me, okay? I was like, can we get another one? And they're like, yeah, the original message, the infinite. You have infinite strength and you have infinite resources. May it be the resources that you want at this moment? Absolutely not. You may not have the best equipment. You may not have the best editor online, like with Canva or Canva. I think it's called Canva. You may not have like Adobe. You may only have Canva, which I think actually one of the categories to look up things is called Elements too. So yeah, you may not have the best of the best, but you're making do with what you got, and that is more than enough. You are more than enough, even at the starting point. So if you're this badass right now, then I can't wait to see what you look like when you finally got everything that you feel is necessary to rise to the top, because you are already skimming, you're skimming right through it, you know? Oh, sorry, that's a bad joke. It's like when you're with milk, when you're skimming the top. Use the big cheese is my point, okay? You are the big cheese. You are big. You are big. You're the big cheese on campus, okay? Some of you may be cheesy, and like I said with comedian before, if you want to know it, let me know how you connect to elements and how you enjoy creating art. What are you working on? What's your project? If you're willing to share, of course. I know that a lot of people don't like to announce themselves until after it's done. I've been working on music myself. I'm very excited for it. I have a show coming up soon, and like honestly, it's amazing. And I love having you all here to enjoy all the many versions of me and watching all of you grow and oh, it's so exciting. I don't know. I don't know if you all feel excited to be a part of this community as I do, but I want you all to know that I love you. I'm proud of you. I'm excited to have you around. And yeah, keep winning. Keep being the big cheese. Keep being an elemental. Keep being enchanted. Okay? You have a lot to give to this realm. And don't be held back by materialistic and monotonous limitations, okay? Don't let them do that to you. Don't let them think that you're not enough because you don't wear Abercrombie and Finch, okay? You can wear a shirt from fucking Target and be just as cool and fashionable if, you take that creative idealistics from yourself, and it's not the clothes you wear, it's how you style them, right? And you're stylish. I promise, my dear favored ones, you are stylish. So I know I'm supposed to plug myself at this point, and honestly it's not my favorite part, but I feel like, just like you, I have to set a good example. And I would love if you guys had advocate for yourself and speak out for yourself as well. So, to get to it, I do have a Buy Me Coffee link below if you would like to donate to the channel or my other art projects, or, of course, because I might like a snack, a drink, something, a little treat. If you wanted to get me a little treat, I'd appreciate it. It's not mandatory. And of course, I would love you to take care of yourself first and foremost. Always, always my favorite ones. All right, I will talk to you until the next reading. And I enjoyed feeling all this wonderful giddy energy. Thank you for coming through. You guys are totally badass, and I love you. So remember to eat, hydrate, rest, and have fun.